What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Real quick, news is still kind of coming in on everything, but I kind of wanted to get ahead of things a little bit, get some information out there, as I know, and I can see as of now. But apparently, Disney is shutting down the Infinity video game series. Word is, like, I'm reading stuff off of Polygon and things of that nature, but word is that, like, what their commitments are at this moment, they're going to continue and they're going to keep. So I think they have, like they said, like another 4 play sets coming out in 2016. They have a couple movie lines that they'll back. But I think after they've basically put out what they've put out, they're done. And they're closing shop and they're just going to end it all. It's sad, but I don't know that it's not expected at the same time. I think that the whole Toys to Life genre is losing steam. And I don't know whether that's just because there's too many. It's, Skylanders was ahead of its time. It did a lot for the whole community, per se, and getting the thing up and running and off the ground. It was ahead of its time. It did things that, people didn't really necessarily think of at the time. When the Amiibo craze hit, it just went absolutely nuts, and you couldn't get anything. And then, Disney Infinity had been out a little bit before Amiibo, so much so that, last year, when the president, I believe, of the Amiibo, or not of the Amiibo, of the Disney Infinity, when he was questioned about it all, he basically took jabs at Nintendo, saying that, they don't really know what they're doing. And at the end of the day, it kind of makes you wonder, well, did they or didn't they? Because, obviously they're still in business in this section of things. They're still producing Amiibo. It's still coming out. But I don't know what really warranted this shutdown overall by Disney Infinity, other than the fact that it's, costing them a lot of money to do this stuff. But I wonder if, because whenever I personally went into stores, I went to Toys R Us or things like that, and it's just a gigantic wall of Disney Infinity figures. I never went into Toys R Us looking for a particular figure and couldn't find them. Especially the Star Wars. I really expected that when Star Wars hit, they would be so difficult to get. And they're not. Even at this time, this moment, I can walk into the store and I can pick up any of them, and it's a little shocking, to say the least. I expected them to be much harder to get than I did. It's a shame, though, too, because I really like those figures. I feel like of all the Toys to Life figurines, Disney did the best with them. They kept a stylized, making an artistic style with them the whole time. The way they just looked were awesome. I like the bases much more than I did with Amiibo, because Amiibo is basically circular discs, and that's, at the end of the day, that's basically what Disney Infinity is as well. But then above that small circular base is always something different. With the Marvel ones, they had an asphalt base, and then with the Star Wars ones, it depended on which character it was, but it kind of fit the theme of the character or characters that it was going after. So, in that respect, I feel man, that kind of stinks that they shut it down. And, it is what it is. Again, it's not surprising. I'm expecting, or I would think, that Lego is probably a good possibility being next. But the thing with Lego is Lego games kind of feel like a gigantic Lego game. Lego games themselves do well. This was kind of an add-on to the Lego franchise. My only issue with the Lego Dimensions is the cost. Man, I mean, they're pricey, I feel, in terms of what it costs for a play set, what it costs for characters, in regards to if you go again, because it's not a lot, I don't feel, to them. You could buy a Batman character for a couple dollars, but you throw in the Dimension Batman character and it's $15. So I don't know. Some people may agree, some people may disagree, but I've felt since the launch of Lego Dimensions, it's been a little bit pricey. We've definitely seen a dip in regards to Amiibo. I mean, that's not a shock either. Smash was a huge game. It's got a huge following, and I feel like the fact of like you were getting these different characters that you otherwise wouldn't get any other way, characters that you love, like Mega Man and Sonic and Pac-Man and all these different characters, that people love, you wouldn't necessarily get those characters or those figurines any other way. So that said, but you can see the dip. Like the Animal Crossing ones aren't. I feel like the Animal Crossing ones, when you go into the store, it's kind of like going in and getting Disney Infinity. They're all over the place. So we'll see. But as more news comes, I'll probably throw out some more videos. Thank you for sticking with me it's a little bit longer than I expected to be. But it's kind of sad news for those that are collecting the Disney Infinities. I know it kind of stinks. They had a huge fan base. So that is all. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Nintendo Gurus. Peace out for now.